I think the president has indicated that one of the reasons that he chose Joe Biden to be his running mate and to be the vice president of the United States is that he thinks that he would be a good president. There's no doubt about that. But I would also point out that the president has spoken warmly of others who've served in his administration, including Secretary Clinton.
To a good portion of America, he is our bumbling vice president, always quick with a bad joke, a leering glance, and the inability to remember when a microphone is on and everybody is listening. But at the moment, to the Hillary Clinton campaign, he is their worst enemy, the snake in the grass, the man who will stop inauguration of the first American female ruling monarch, and who will drive a solid wedge between Mrs. Clinton and the president, something they can ill afford. Tip of the political iceberg. Let's welcome back veteran commentator on all things in and out of the Beltway, co-author of the book Power Grab, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party Nation, Dick Morris. Dick, we got to talk about Joe Biden here because the National Journal, oddly enough, just yesterday was talking about the fact that a lot of Vice President Biden's former colleagues in the Senate weren't really too hot on him running for president. Do you really think it's that close, or are we in the media driving this?
I think the media is doing a lot to drive it, but I think it wouldn't be being driven if it weren't a very good possibility. I would at this point say a likelihood. When you have a candidate that is intent on saying absolutely nothing, is totally disciplined, mouths cliches every chance she gets, garrulous and careless and undisciplined can look good.
It's funny, though, because when we talk about Hillary Clinton now, she is running her new ad campaign that pushes her as a mom, a grandmother, somebody very nice, somebody very warm to the American people. That ad campaign
is going to elect Dorothy president.
But it really is strange because you would think that she had already pushed this forward to the nation maybe years ago. It seems as if we're seeing the total remake of Hillary Clinton, but it's the same Hillary. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. When I worked for Clinton, they always used Chelsea as a stage prop. And that's kind of what's going on now. Look, I think that the problem that Hillary faces is that if Biden comes in, it's a serious problem for Hillary. Because how does she handle Barack Obama? There's only room for one candidate in a race who slavishly follows Obama's line. He said he belongs on Mount Rushmore. The economy's doing great. He's fabulous against terrorism. I approve of everything he's doing. Obamacare is perfect, doesn't need changing. That role can't be Hillary. It's got to be Biden because he lives there. He's vice president. These are his achievements, too. That freezes Hillary out. And Hillary at that point has to get covered and make news, has to be more critical of Obama. She has to say things like, well, the economy's okay, but it's not as good as it ought to be. Or Obamacare is good, but it's only a first step. We need to go here and here. And President Obama has been effective in the war on terror, but he hasn't done this and this as well. And as she begins to elucidate and elaborate that agenda, it's going to alienate Barack Obama. And he's thin-skinned to start with. And you're going to see, I think, increasingly, a war of Barack Obama versus Hillary Clinton.
Something which
the problem with that, from Hillary's point of view, is, well, that'll play well in November. It will alienate the Obama base that has a lock on the Democratic primary electorate. Whereas if she doesn't do that and she just parrots Biden and saying everything's perfect and wonderful in the Obama administration, it comes down to personality. And, hey, Biden will beat Hillary any day of the week on that.
Dick, we've got about 90 seconds left, so let me go ahead and just look forward to the debate a little bit. We've all talked about Donald Trump. We've talked about Jeb Bush. But in your opinion, in that debate, is there anybody in there lying in the weeds, somebody who just could come out of nowhere?
Well, the guy who I think has the most upside potential in this, one of the most, is Ted Cruz, because I think the thing that is animating the American Republican voter is a feeling that we keep winning elections and losing the outcome. It's like the old thing, Uncle Sam always wins the war and loses the peace conference. We elect Boehner, we elect McConnell, and then they sell us out. And I think that Cruz's point, which is that if you elect me, you'll get me, and you'll get a Reagan, and you'll get the stuff you want. I think that's very significant. I think the other candidates that have a lot to gain are Huckabee. I think Huckabee can break out of the evangelical ghetto and basically frame himself as a populist. If Bush is a country club Republican, he's a Rotary Club Republican, and I think he can make that case.
20 seconds, though. Do you think Huckabee can get past some of the things he said?
I can carry the swing state.
I got about 20 seconds left. Do you think Huckabee can overcome some of the things that he has said recently and some of the controversy he's put himself into?
Well, I think some of the controversy he's put himself into is a little bit like Donald Trump. When he calls the Iraq nuclear deal the second Holocaust and likens it to Auschwitz, that's politically incorrect. Oh, you can't do that. But I think most Americans agree that that's probably true.
Here we go, getting ready for the debate. You want to get ready for the election? Simple. Get yourself a copy of Power Grab, Obama's dangerous plan for a one-party nation, because all these people are all sitting there, and they're all going to talk to you, hoping to get into the White House. Dick Morris, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. The fastest 60 minutes in news continues.